to the financial paperwork, we have Jen Vervanek, who is our bookkeeper and knows everything about our accounts. Or most of it. And we have our first selectman, Molico Francesco. Do we have any? No? All right. And we have Terry Flynn, right? Tracy Flynn, I'm sorry. And Linda Worcester from the Historical Society, who are here about our request for people to make ARPA requests. Okay, public comment. Did either of you sign up?
No, should we have?
Yes, it would. You can.
May I do it now?
Yeah, you can. Linda, you can just stand up and and come over here where the owl will pick up what you're saying, and hopefully we'll see you. And let the record show that Lars Strander has joined us now. And Lars, the meeting packet, and this is some extra stuff. Okay, Katie and Sally are on.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm not sure of the procedure. We're here to see if there are any remaining ARPA funds.
Mm-hmm.
And we have submitted a list of items, and we have prioritized them. And our first priority would be to do masonry work inside the museum. And we have a bid for $2,450 for that. And then we have other items on our list. Again, we weren't sure if there were any funds remaining, but our plea is, if there are, to please consider us, and we can adapt our request so that we can help you spend down the ARPA funds to the last penny. We can adjust our request for paint or wood for repairs, or digitizing archival materials. So we're here to ask for whatever you have remaining, that might not have been prioritized for other groups. We realize there are other groups that may be requesting these funds.
All right, thank you. I think that I'll let you. Well, first I'll tell you what I'm planning to do is, when we get to these, one of the first thing we're going to go do is go through our ARPA list of and see what money is there, and what we'll probably have some questions for you. There is not enough money to give everybody everything they're asking for, and I'd like to see us personally. I'd like to see us give some to everybody who's asked. So at that time, you've given us what you think is number 1 and number 2, right?
Correct.
And 3. And so if we have questions afterwards, we'll ask. Okay,
Perfect.
I'm
Thank
sorry
you.
to make you sit through the rest of it.
Never
in case
a
we have
problem.
questions.
Always entertaining.
Oh, yeah. we are always entertaining. Okay. All right, we have no other public comment unless, Tracy, did you wish to add anything? Okay. All right, the October 8th regular meeting minutes, I think we still may not be. Let's see, no, wait a minute.
I think we can do it.
We can do this one. I'm not sure.
We
We do have everybody here who is
Yep.
present. Okay, so in order that we may discuss, could I have a motion to approve?
I'll know.
Is that Sally?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. Second from Lars. Okay, so we have had these for 2 months to review. Does and they did have some modifications made after last month. So does anyone have additional comments or additional recommended changes?
There's none for me, Katie. Sorry, can you not hear me? There's no edits from Katie.
There
None
are
from
no-
me.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Lars?
No.
Okay. Martha?
And I wasn't here,
Oh,
so
you weren't.
I can't do anything.
All right, then, there being no comments, I will ask those who were present at the meeting to vote in favor of approving the minutes. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
So that would show the four of us voting and then Martha abstaining. Okay. All right, thank you, everyone. It's nice to get those out of the way. Okay, the November meeting. And no, John and Lars
They
were,
were absent, but no, we're here, Sally's here, Martha's here, and Katie was virtual.
oh, okay, okay. All right. Do I have a motion to approve? I'll make that motion. Okay, do you have a second?
Second.
Us?
Everybody seconded. All right, comments? All right, let's see. Lars was not here, so it's the other four of us. Okay. I didn't see anything when I read through them, but
I'm good.
sometimes.
I'm good.
All right, Martha. All right, then there being no comments, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm gonna abstain.
And Lars is abstaining. Okay. And moving right along, wait a minute. I have to put this. So the next item is the finance director's report, and our finance director is, as you can see, not here. She is at Disney World with her family. She had warned us that she wouldn't be here. The primary thing under action items is that we need to deal with changes in the ARPA grants and modifications. And that's actually later on our agenda. We don't have to do it now, but we have the report of what the expenditures had been to date. Some things have happened with this. First of all, there was the release of the funds that were there for a permitting system for land use, because it's going to require an RFP, and nothing could have been done. We would have had to have actually had a vendor to encumber the balance now in order to use ARPA funds. So those funds were released, so that added like 19,000 or something. How much is it?
The 20,165 of, the sheet prior. I think you're looking at the request.
I don't think it's on here anymore.
This one.
Oh. I don't think I have it. Okay. Oh, there was $20,000 and that got released out into the eligible ARPA funds. In addition, the police had they had got a much better price on their cameras, is that what it was? Cameras, and that released essentially $5,000. They have a request for something else to do with it. And were there any other large?
The roof of the Historical Society came in under budget.
Okay, so the Historical Society released some back to us, and essentially we now had, or did have, available $37,465,000.45. And the requests, since we did, there were additional requests in-house, and we asked the Historical Society, the Land Trust, and the library if they had any requests, because they have been, we've been helping them out, and they all came in with requests. But the total of all of the requests is going to be $69,824. So obviously, we now need to take some out of there. But we'll go through them after. Anything else you might be interested in? The next thing sitting here under Leslie's report, there were no transfers this month. But she has proposed that when we go into our budget meetings with the department heads, that we do 3 meetings of shorter duration, so that we don't all get punchy, among other things, or at least be less effective than we are at the beginning of the meetings. So by having 3, and she is recommending the dates here. We've been asked to pick 3. I think the February ones after our first run through. Do you remember, Jen?
Don't know.
Okay. But it's before our February meeting. So this would be 3 meetings where, among other things, we wouldn't have to have a meal. And, well, because we end up having, and, we lose, our schedule doesn't stick, and then we have large open times and sometimes cold food, and we would all probably rather.
What time, what would you thinking the start time and?
Remember, I believe that's for us to decide.
Okay.
So we should decide that, obviously, tonight. Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Thursday. Thursday's on there 3 times. Katie, Sally?
Yeah, are there proposed dates? I'm not seeing.
It's on the agenda.
Oh, it's in the agenda. Okay, I thought it was an attachment.
Yeah.
Under item 4A, 3.
Thank you. Okay.
So we have 3 meetings on Thursdays?
We can pick 3 of these days and set times. I think she gave us 6.
Okay, because Thursdays are horrible for me.
2, 3, 4, 5. Gotcha.
So that leaves you a Wednesday, a Monday, a Monday.
Well, that would, well, we need to know what everybody else is doing too, because if
I don't mind the 2 Mondays, but then the third one I prefer Thursday.
there are only 2 Mondays. You don't like the Thursdays?
I do.
Oh, you do
Yeah,
like,
so the 2 Mondays and then maybe pick one Thursday and maybe Sally can.
Mhm,
I can probably do one Thursday.
okay.
Days are probably easier for me. They're probably the better days. So I
I
have no
thought you said
Mondays.
Thursday was awful.
It is, but if I only have to try and arrange things once,
Oh, okay.
So
All
maybe
right.
make it the later one.
Okay.
So that it's.
But 3 times would be disaster.
Okay. All right, we will see what we can do.
What's
Lars?
the duration of these meetings that we're proposing? 3 meetings, I'll be honest, is a lot for me to clear my calendar for 3 evenings. Like how long we think we're gonna, are we three meetings for an hour? I can probably zip in and zip out, or are we saying 3 meetings for 2.5 hours? Then I'd rather just
I
do
would
a horrible meeting.
So, I wouldn't want to guarantee a time, but I'm guessing between about 2.5 hours to 3,
I would say about that,
3 of them.
instead of 2
Depending on how you're breaking down the department.
5-hour ones, yeah.
Yeah, the 5-hour ones
Yeah.
are difficult to maintain focus.
Look at my calendar.
Katie, is there a way, we could do them at night if they're, or later in the day, early evening? She didn't recommend a time. I think that's for us to decide.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna.
Yeah, the 2 Mondays and Thursday the 30th would be fine with me.
The 2 Mondays and Thursday, the 30th?
Yeah,
That works for me.
I know I
Okay.
can't do the 20th.
Okay. Monday the 3rd and the other 2 Thursdays.
Monday the 27th,
Whoops, I
then-
did it backwards.
Monday the
January.
27th, Thursday the 30th.
Yeah, I
and
like
Monday,
those too.
February 3rd. Is that
Okay.
what you're saying, Lars?
Yeah,
I like that too.
You like that? Katie and Sally, that work for you? Katie, you muted yourself? We don't mind hearing the kids.
No, it's not that. I'm so sorry. I was going over the schedule actually because my husband's here. And so I was talking to him. My apologies about that I was trying to find the best day. Mondays we have quite a bit of sports activities.
Oh, that's right. I forgot basketball's starting.
Yeah, K through 1 is on Sally is on Monday. but
Right.
Also 4 through 6 is on Mondays, Tuesdays, but that's the girls' team might be on a different day, actually. I'm not really sure. I guess Wednesday. I don't know. It's so hard. All right, let me look at the packets, the proposed dates. Give me 1 second. Yeah.
Do we have any idea of the start time?
We can
We
choose
can
it.
decide that. We can decide that. Do you have a preference?
Um, I mean, I should be okay on the Mondays. Thursday is the problem, so I would prefer it earlier than later.
Okay, throw out a number or a time. Or
We don't-
Lars, do you have a not before time?
no, I mean, I can be flexible.
Okay,
It's really just the 23rd is a no-go,
okay,
so, but
okay, all right. Katie, can you figure out what from the
Right,
hoop
so
schedule?
like I'm looking at the 22nd or the 22nd
Second, I
and the 23rd.
We're looking, right now, we're looking at the 27th, the 30th, and the 3rd.
Oh, okay. So thank you. 27th to 30th.
we can do different times for them. Sally, you'd like that Thursday one to be as early as we can make it? Was that what I was hearing?
That would work best for me, but if it's, you know,
Okay. I am probably the only one who's,
directions, so I pick up Jake and that's at 8:30. So I would
okay,
be done like before 8:30 so I can pick him up
mhm,
because Jen's picking the other group up.
okay. So done by 8:30 is your
Would be my preference. Yeah.
done as opposed to giving us a start time. All right, Katie, on the Mondays, is it the Mondays that you have an issue? Or the Thursday,
Um,
or both?
it's all, I have to arrange coverage on, I have multiple kids going different places on every single night. So the 27 is a Monday, double
Mhm.
basketball. The 30th, I only have hockey, I think. Yeah, that could work, the 30th.
Okay,
I would be open to doing something earlier.
like, well, we haven't picked a time other than that Sally would like to be done by 8:30 on the 30th.
Mhm.
Um, if we're targeting a reasonable expectation of 2.5 hours,
5 o'clock.
it's just, you never know what some of these are going to evolve or devolve into. We would, I think that probably, last year, Leslie had everybody really very well organized and on the schedule. What happened was we didn't need to meet with some people, or their presentations were much shorter.
If we have the proposals ahead of the meetings, we could then know what we want to ask or what we, you know, what we need to clarify,
Yes, absolutely.
as opposed to somebody coming in and giving us a straight, you know, no changes, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, okay, well, you really didn't have to come here, but we did just spend half an hour doing nothing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yes, we have no intention of doing that. They're supposed to have their budget requests in by I think it's next week, the end of next week.
The 20th.
Yeah, the end of next week, so, and I'm pretty sure that Leslie's going to go have some discussions with people before we see it. And we didn't, I mean, last few years, we talked to people about them before. We never had anything that was fixed, Sally. Everything was under discussion.
No, yeah, last year went pretty well.
Mhm.
So
Well,
if we
we're
know,
modeling on last year.
but all I'm saying is if we know that there are certain groups we need to see, but if there are
Mhm.
groups we don't need to see, hopefully we're not going to schedule meetings with them unless we have questions.
We have to coordinate with Amity and with the
All right.
community school too.
Um, They will come on Tuesdays.
so, yeah, I have a Tuesday for the-
Well,
Oh, you mean for your meeting?
regular
For
meeting
regular
time?
meeting?
yeah, Amity will come to a regular meeting, probably January. And the Board of Ed usually comes also to a regular meeting. But they can come, well, they're having their finance meeting tonight, so, and their Board of Ed meeting tomorrow night.
What did we do last year? Did we do just one long one? I
Two
feel
long
like-
ones, right?
Was it two of them?
Was
I
like
did.
3 o'clock or something?
It was
We had dinner. Yeah.
So maybe 5
So
o'clock?
I'm looking at the schedule, Tuesdays and Thursdays probably are better for me. So I'm open to the 23rd, the 30. Oh, Tuesdays aren't even an option, I guess, or the 6th.
Okay,
Let me look at is Wednesday off the table?
Yes, well, I won't be here.
Oh, okay,
That's off the table for me.
okay. We want to make sure you're all included, of course.
yeah, and the other two Thursdays don't work for Sally.
Well, it depends on what time they are.
Okay.
I mean, if it's Thursday, I have to pick up my grandson at 8:30. So
If we started at 5 o'clock,
Yep,
would that be, Katie, is that too early for you?
What day are you talking?
It doesn't matter.
It's funny, I'd rather it be like earlier, like 4, or later, like 7, so that like my kids
Mhm.
aren't left alone too long. It's a weird,
Okay,
a weird situation I have, but I mean,
all right.
start at 5.
Personally, I'm okay with 4.
I can
Martha?
do 1-4. I work in Norwalk, so I
Oh,
mean,
you-
if I get stuck in traffic, I'm not
Yeah,
here.
there's,
I mean, I can try to make it, but 5 o'clock works. I can definitely do.
Lars,
Yeah, either one of those is fine.
either one.
I could do
Okay.
5. I could do 5.
fine. So is
You can do 5 or 4, which one are we talking about?
I think 5. You should say
Katie?
5.
I can do both.
Okay, Sally?
5 is less ideal, but yeah.
How about 4:30?
4th as well.
4:30, Katie, or is that leaving you uncovered on two ends?
Did you say 4:30 or 3:30?
4:30,
Yeah, I could do 4:30. Yeah.
okay, so we'll go, Lars, you said you could do 4 is 4:30.
So
Okay.
4:30 on the Monday, Thursday, and Monday?
So on these 3 dates, the 27th, the 30th, and the 3rd at 4:30. And if we don't need all of them, we won't have all of them. We'll look at,
Oh, sorry. You were saying 2 Mondays? I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
the 27th, the 30th, and the 3rd. We only get Sally one Thursday.
Mm.
If we're gonna do it at 4:30, I can do all Thursdays.
Lars can't do the last Thursday, right?
23rd.
So, wait a minute, did you say,
The 23rd he can't
23rd.
do.
oh, okay. Um. So we could do the January 30th and February 6th. Right?
And February.
And the 3rd.
And the 3rd is okay for you?
I mean, it's like Sally was saying, like the fewer the Mondays, the better. So I can do one of them.
Okay.
Compromise, of course.
Okay, and
And we're gonna do them at 4:30?
yes.
27:30 and 6.
Okay.
All right, I just want to make sure that I have the same. We're going to do the 27th, the 30th.
No, not
No,
the 27th.
not the 27th. We're going to do the 30th, the 3rd, and the 6th.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Lars, is that, I got the right ones? Okay. And thinking 4:30 and
Right,
we'll be as expeditious as possible.
okay, sounds good.
Especially since, among other things, they're at the end of the potential review times. So we're not leaving ourselves any room for having overflows. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Jen, did you have that? Okay, and Jen. All right, thank you. All right, next thing, Munis is in progress. It's in progress. They're copying some of the, what, is everything over, or almost everything? Almost everything's over?
Approving 23.
Yes. Okay, so that's pretty much on schedule for where it's supposed to be. The legal beyond retainer, FYI, we have an additional request from Novus for this, for IT to support the investigation team. We had last month approved their initial quote, which was, I don't know, like $1,400. I don't remember exactly what it was, but what came in today was a request for an additional $2,160.
Sorry, I didn't hear. Can you repeat the amount?
Repeat, what?
The amount.
Oh, the amount, it's an additional 2,160, 2,160, which would be part of that investigation.
We approved 2,200 last time.
Okay, I thought it was 14. Okay,
So now we're at 4,000 for IT for this?
yes.
Okay.
Can I have a motion from someone?
I'll
Katie?
second.
Okay, so Martha made the motion, Katie second. The only thing that I think we need to do is communicate with the second and third selectmen that they should communicate with the firm that they engaged to let them know that that
The extra price.
this is part of their, it's part of the funding for their project. Okay. Questions, comments, anybody? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, so this is approved, and it's not unanimous because, unless it says unanimous of those attending, because John's not here. Even, all right.
So who's gonna communicate that to the first, the
okay.
selectmen?
Well, I'm going to communicate first with Jen Cafasso and Leslie to see exactly how this is being handled, because and then I'm happy to send them an email letting them know exactly how it's going to be handled.
Okay.
I don't know of any other way to do it. It's not like, I don't know that apparently this is part of the original request for information. It's just more complicated than they thought it would be or something. I don't have the details on the request. Okay, did we vote? Yes. Okay, thank you. The collection refund policy, I think last month we had concluded that we really need to do this, and I think that, if I remember correctly, what Leslie was going to survey all departments that were revenue producing to see what kinds of policies / issues they had, so that we could then address it probably after budget season. That last part was my edit. Okay. Now, in terms of the next thing, really, our major thing for tonight, grants, ARPA. So, yeah. Let's go through. This is going to be fun, unless, well, does anyone have questions about the departmental expenditure reports that you were given?
No.
I don't. Okay, Sally said no.
No.
No. Okay, no, all right. We have no question. You have a question for me? Okay.
Need to be actionable.
We just did. It wasn't on the agenda, but because this isn't a special meeting, we could add it. So that's why, even though it doesn't say it was an action item, it was. Very good question.
And then do you have the speech that you were missing before?
Oh, you know what? I think I do have both of them.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, that's part of the engineer. All right, so what we have, everybody, are on the actual ARPA requests. The fire department with the gas meters, I think you have the paperwork here. What happened was we had approved them for 2,500 originally. And then the bill came in for 5,408.73. So this would mean allocating an additional $2,908.73 to pay that invoice. And that is awaiting our action because the invoice is already there waiting to be paid. So, and if it's going to be paid from ARPA, it all has to be written from the town. The fire department can't pay it themselves. Do you want to go through all of them? Just
Well,
to see.
I would prefer to know what all of them are before we start approving each one and then find out that there's one we really would like to approve, but we have no more money.
Fine, that's fine.
Mhm.
That's why I asked. Okay. So the next one down, the ballot box camera is legally required. We'll have to do it whether we do it with ARPA or not. It is accepted. It is an ARPA eligible thing. The tallow contracting, that's $9,000 for repairs and some minor changes over in the annex. Most of it is repairing damage done during summer camp this past summer. Right, do I have that correct? Yeah, yes, okay. Then for the police body armor, wait a minute, where's the old one? They got their cameras and let's see, 109 and released 5,356 back for ARPA. But at the same time, what they're requesting is that they be able to spend $5,500 on body armor. Apparently specifications have changed and they all need new vests. And that is ARPA eligible and is essentially, it's a minor increase over what they actually have unexpended from the original allocation. Then the next one down, the library. Okay, we have a request. We reached out to the, let's see, that's the fire department. We did tallow. Sorry, I've been talking past you. I've been flipping pages. So reaching out to the library to ask them what they might have. They gave us a list and an explanation. Hopefully you had time to read it. They are asking, or they've identified, similar to what the Historical Society has done, a series of things that they have that are ARPA eligible. And we can decide how much to fund. The public computer access, if you read that, you see that there really isn't space for people to use their own computers when they come into the library, and they have a lot of that going on. They would like to put in, I think it's 2 new display things for new books and such. They want to add to their curbside delivery and add on a book drop. And the area for the teens and tweens doesn't exist right now. And what they wanted to do, I think that one was more tables. Yes, is that what it is? Yeah, replace tables, so that they have a work area where they can as kind of group together and work rather than having to, apparently they're sitting in pairs while they're working and such. And then the book collection for older elementary and middle school students. They're hoping to do something there. The total of all these requests is 14,100. That is a lot. Okay. But it's broken out so we can go back and say which ones we think we can fund while still being fair to everybody else. The next one from the our administrative lieutenant is for a speed trailer. Speed, is that what they call it? The speed trailer? Yes. You know, one of those things with the cameras and the flashing lights that tell you that you're going too fast, because there are a lot of complaints about speeding. He has a quote. The quote is for $19,190. I would personally not want to get that close to $20,000 without going to a town meeting. And I see this as if that this would be something that probably should come through the budget process rather than, even though it is something that would be ARPA eligible, but you can decide what you want to do. 20,000 is our limit for any individual thing for ARPA without going to a town meeting. It's probably also helpful to know that Leslie, I think, spoke with a couple of vendors at CCM, is that CCM, where they have proposals for speed trailers that work very similar to the inspection process software that Steve Sosa got for the fire marshal's office, where it's sort of self-funded. So I would be reluctant to do this tonight with these funds. I'd rather get more bang for our buck when there's a potential to get this done in a different way.
That makes sense.
But you get to decide. Then the Historical Society. What did I just do? The Historical Society is looking, you heard Linda spoke to us. They have a request for masonry work, digitizing the archived materials. If you went to their open house,
Which I was.
yeah, if you went to their open house, you might have had an opportunity to discuss the archiving project with the woman who's doing it. And was it right after that somebody, Linda, came in looking for a whole family's history?
During that open house.
During
they
the
came
open
in
house?
To research.
Yeah.
I believe it was Frederickson or Hendrickson.
Anyway, but the thing is that these are all the original documents, people doing genealogical, is that how you say, research, and what they're, and they want the original, because it's the only form we have, original 300-year-old, 200-year-old documents. So that's why the digitizing project is really, it's an important thing for them to get done. We also have display boards, and the barn paint is for the Russell Homestead. Chicken coop is spelled wrong. Paint for the chicken coop. I don't know why is that split out? Just,
Just give you some options to
Oh,
use of every single tower.
all right, I wondered if they were different colors or something.
No, same color
Same
paint, just
Okay,
really when our volunteers can get.
okay. Siding for barn repairs and shingles for the house and barn. You see them all here. So those are, we can do some mix and match probably with them. The land trust asked for, let's see, there was a revised request from them.
We're good.
Okay. Somebody.
We didn't lose power.
Some-
We didn't lose power.
No,
There we go,
We're good. Yeah, we're good. Everybody was very chill.
Yep, we've all been sitting.
We're good.
We've been sitting. Okay, so they have two things that they were asking for. One of them is the printing costs and envelopes for their fundraising appeal, $1,279. And the other is a request to support the launching of their new website. They do have a website, but this apparently is going to be it looks like it's going to be much more complicated and much more informative. And that is everything. So, excuse me,
I'm here with the land trust.
you are here for the land trust. So you just have to do this is my name and
My name is Norman.
I know. It's nice to see you, but you have to be on.
Just, you can put the amount of the consultant on the website, update 3750.
Yes.
Just to make sure that's in the record.
Yes, yes, it was 3750.
So instead of 1,500.
That was the original one. No, this is the update that
Okay.
came in today.
Okay.
Okay,
I apologize. I didn't hear which one is 3750?
it's the very last one, the website development for the land trust.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. So about the speed trailer. Life will be much simpler if we just take that right out of there.
Yeah, I agree. You go to town meeting with it.
Yeah, we've got to go to a town meeting.
There's enough people that would go for it
Mhm.
too.
Mhm.
There's enough speeding issues.
Well, then
out.
that'll give us, we only have to cut 13,000.
Yes, yeah. Mhm.
That's easier.
Right. Okay, then,
So that would come to a town meeting and it would be like a capital item?
yeah,
Okay,
yes, it will.
I'm good with that.
It would be part of the budgeting process. It's,
I'm good with that.
okay. Katie, you good with that? Oh.
Oh,
aren't you
she has a
kidding
She has
me?
a friend.
Sorry.
It's like, oh, that's fine. Little distraction. That's good.
We have to remember that we're live on YouTube.
What?
Okay, Katie, anything?
No, I think that the speed trailer is a good fit for a capital expenditure
Yes.
at town meeting. So also, I mean, the number is precariously close to 20,000, so I
Mhm.
think it would be best to defer that item.
Okay, all right, so we have consensus on that. So where does that leave us then?
So we need to eliminate 12,000-ish. I think.
I don't have a calculator here.
Well, you said we had requests for 69,000. That takes away 20.
No,
So we have
no,
49.
no, it was 19,000. Oh, you mean our overall request?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the overall request was the 69,824, but then that was before the increase in the land trust request on the website. That was only 1,500. So that more than doubled.
And minus the 19,190.81. That gives 51,883 as the total that is in that right-hand column that I quickly came up with. Jen, I don't know if you want to double check me on that.
51?
Well, I took the 69 and change, added the 1,250 for the land trust and took out the 19 and change for the,
Yes,
Trailer.
that's
and
correct.
that came out to 51,883.23 if I added them correctly.
51,883.
I got 52,
Yeah.
okay.
I got 52.80.
Cause it's
52.
2250 for the.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
22.
yeah, okay,
okay.
my apologies.
So we're now at request for basically 53, and we have 37. So going down the list, the two that maybe three, that I think we probably ought to deal with first are the fire department, the gas meters. Because we had originally approved the purchase of them through ARPA. It's just that, like everything else, the price went more than double. So that would mean additional funding of 29,0873. Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah, we're already in.
Yeah, we're already into it, and we'd have to give them the money anyway out of
Yeah.
a different one. So, then the facilities or the registrars, the ballot box camera, 1,800.
Yeah, cause that's a necessity.
Yeah,
right?
that's what's a necessity, yes.
And then when these up to go.
Yeah, well, let's see. The police body armor, I'm gonna skip over the annex for a second. The police body armor, that's actually their money that they're returning
Mhm.
to us, and
They found a use for
they have a use for it. So are we good with the body armor?
Yes. It's
Okay. It's required.
So
It
we're
all
gonna,
has-
our money or their money or the ARPA money, so we might as well use the ARPA.
And it isn't taken away from anybody because they already had it. Katie, are you good with that one?
I am, yeah.
Okay, Lars?
Mhm.
All right, so we'll go there. Now, let's see. Repair. So now we have what? We have essentially four more things. We have the annex repairs. We have the Historical Society, the
What-
library, and the land trust. It's $9,000 for some repairs and minor modifications. I believe something dividing one of the rooms up to make an office space.
Is this the Parks and Rec one or?
Yes, the Park and Recs annex,
So what
yes.
need to be done?
You have the quote from Tallow. And most of it is repairs.
Well, you never end with the annexes every year.
No,
Pumping money into them,
I know.
like running a boat or something.
Yes, I agree with you. Oops, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Quotes from Tallow. There it is. Okay, remove the duct tape from the walls, tape and patch the damaged walls, prime and paint the walls, prime and paint the hallway, repair and patch the closet walls. I mean, this is install vinyl board on the walls, I think that's the kind that you can write on. I'm not sure.
It's like putting instead of
Like
having
a
purchasing
board.
whiteboard, you
Yeah. Mhm.
can either, like it's an adhesive or you can paint. Either
Yeah.
way.
Right. And then floor tile, baseboard trim. And then the purple room, they want to, instead of one big room, make smaller rooms and an office in there. So that would mean sheetrock, doors, a door,
So
relocating.
who wants to change the space?
Yeah.
Is it the commission? Because there is no park and rec people. So who's asking for these changes?
Well, Don suggested it because there are two things. One is that this room is used for individual or very small groups, so it's kind of a waste of space to have the whole room. And so making some smaller rooms and moving the the director's office over there would consolidate everybody in the same place where they could keep an eye on what's going on. And it would create some much needed office space in the town hall.
So those small groups was because of the after school program?
I
Because
don't know.
where you have small groups, I mean, you wouldn't have it during the day because they're all in school. They don't do daycare. So, I mean, my concern is only that we do this and you hire a new director, eventually get the program up and running, and they say, oh, well, you know what, this doesn't work. We need a bigger space. And we're ripping walls down. To me, having someone who's not even part of Park and Rec making decisions for Park and Rec when there is no program and there is no, I mean, nothing going is kind of, I think, putting the horse before the cart.
Okay.
No idea
Um,
what Park and Rec is gonna look like.
I don't know. We don't know. The whole thing is, we
What-
don't know. But what we do know is that the building's a mess because they trashed it.
Who did?
The kids
Well, then that's, and
and
again,
the counselors.
so now you have a trashed place that theoretically was trashed, plus a bunch of families that never paid. So the town is now going to pay even more. I think that has to be put on hold, and we need to figure out what's going on. I mean,
Okay.
I guess it does have to be fixed, but
Okay, that would give us 9,000 more ARPA money that we don't have to remove. I have no opinion one way or the other. This was recommended. I don't know.
I agree with you, Sally. I think we should hold off if you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I see. Take
All right.
that one out.
so that one's a no. Okay, let's see, what does that leave us now? 51.
library and
Yeah, no, I'm looking for dollars. Need There's what?
I think you need to cut another 6,400 from me.
That's all?
About 64,17. 64,17. Yep.
6470?
17.
6417
And 78 cents. Yep.
and 78. Okay, I'm glad that you guys brought calculators.
I'm just getting up the numbers that are being selected right
I know,
now, so I
but-
know where that.
Yeah, okay. So
Cell file, I'd be happy to edit it.
how much was that? You just told me. 6,000, so basically 6418.
Mhm.
Okay, so we want to find 6418 out of the requests to take out. Right,
Mhm.
okay, so at this point, we have the library with 5 things. Essentially, or no, they have more than that.
Put it in as one amount,
Put it in what?
as one amount, but
Yes,
you're saying you can cut individual items?
yes, we can. We can pick and choose. That was part of the, I think that actually that was part of the conversation that Leslie had with everybody. So she said the tables were their priority, which is,
So it's in order of their priority, I guess.
what is?
Is their list in order of priority? It's not in alphabetical.
No, let's see. Public computer access, displays, curbside delivery. Oh, so public computer access involved tables, and so did the teens and tweens. There was the tables, and then the displays are for showing what is available for, in terms of reading materials. That is the most expensive item on here. The others are all functional.
Hmm.
Also, like, just books, like, shouldn't that be part of their regular operating budget?
Well, I think.
Like, I'm looking at that and
Yeah.
then, like,
Mhm.
the land trusts, their annual appeal letter, like, I feel like that should be an operating item for them too, and like,
Okay.
ARPA shouldn't be going towards operating expenses.
Okay.
The website, yes, for
Mm-hmm.
Bethany Land Trust, but maybe not the appeal letter, that way
Mhm.
not everyone gets everything they want. That's just my opinion.
I want to spread it around. Let's see. Okay, so for the library, so we would take out books, and take out the books
Yeah, the books or the displays, either.
and the displays, or
No, I said either.
either.
Anyone else has an opinion? I just feel like that seems like an operating expense, but they're just,
I think it
Backing on
is.
there.
They're, and
yeah.
I mean,
that's
eventually we're
seems to
gonna
me.
pay for it anyway, right?
Yeah, I think that's normal operation.
Yeah.
These are all
Okay,
eligible, right?
these are what?
I mean, but eligible? Like books
Yes.
yeah, okay,
Well, I'm not sure about books.
yeah.
I'm not at
It
all.
just seems
about
so
books.
generic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they
I-
were for a middle youth age. No, it's they're just for an age group that they don't feel they have enough for, but I agree that they should address that in their budget, which we should see next month,
Mhm.
right?
Yes,
What about the displays?
I feel like a lot of money for display, that's just my
Mhm.
opinion.
Well, why don't we look at the others and come back?
Yeah, because if we cut the displays, then we're good, then everyone else gets everything they want, which
No,
isn't the
that's
most
not fair.
fair.
No, okay, all right, so on the land trust, are we thinking, give them the website, but not the printing costs?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right, and then what does that leave us?
Just about 2140.
What?
Okay.
Okay. So.
How about
Society.
ways for the
Maybe we
historic?
could request the digitizing, just only fund a portion of that.
Where'd my thing go? Okay, one second. see my, Linda, I'm sorry, you started to say something?
My suggestion would be to take out the display boards for the Historical Society. So that is whatever 1505, 147 and 67.
Okay.
And then reduce for digitizing
DOS?
by either by 1,000. Is that the way?
Oh, here it is. See, I saw a display boards, I'm thinking library.
That makes sense, because of how close you. 20, 30.
All right, so I'm sorry, you suggested take out the display boards because that whole,
The whole, the 3 lines.
all 3 lines, you're number 7,
Correct.
okay. And then you're
Cut the,
cut the
the
digitizing,
By $1,000.
8,000?
Well, what do we have
It'll
left?
actually leave you with a balance more to
Yeah,
fund
just
somebody else
cut
to
it
get
by
like
whatever.
$582.
Cut it
okay,
by whatever's left after the,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Display.
why don't we do that?
You could give them this amount towards 5.
we could give them
This
45,
is what I came up with.
4582 towards the digitizing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. Then 4582 for your digitizing.
Into that 417.50. So we give them a little more.
And then everyone has something.
All right.
What's
the number
Okay.
for giving the So
The digitizing.
$4,582 before.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
all right, are we clear on what we did? Jen, would you like to recap that last set of changes a little louder so that Sally and Katie can hear you?
Sure, so we reduced the $14,100 overall library ask down to $11,100. We're reducing the digitizing of the archive materials for the Historical Society from $5,000 down to $4,582.44. We are cutting entirely the display boards for the Historical Society, cutting entirely the annual appeal letter for the Bethany Land Trust of $12.79. And also just to remind you that we are increasing that last line of the website development to $3,750.
Okay,
And that is how much.
all right. And then we had said we're,
Right on the number.
Yep.
Right
Is
on the money.
all right, and on everything else, once again, we're approving the fire department request, the registrar's request, the police request, and then the others as just outlined. All right. Can I have a motion to that effect?
I'll make
the most.
or motion.
Lars made it, you get to second it.
All right.
Okay, any additional comments or questions? I think we did,
Well done.
I think we did a pretty good job.
Well done.
Linda and Norm?
Thank you. Whatever we can get.
Okay, all right. We're happy to be able to help. We are, and, you know, I'm sorry there wasn't enough left out there to give everybody everything. Okay, I'm sorry, Linda.
This is not related to our request, but just a very, community-minded request on the administrative light for measuring speed.
Yes,
On Gaylord Mountain Road, they don't slow down enough to read the speed.
I know, and they don't know what a stop sign is either.
It's not just on Gaylord. That's everywhere. It's just not on Gaylord. You can turn left on Redden, certainly.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, it's amazing, it's absolutely,
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay. Wow,
To the pen.
we're good. All right, except I lost my agenda.
Oh, you have extra on the table.
No, I don't think I'll find it. You know me, it's not a meeting unless I'm thrashing through the paperwork at the end.
Jack.
Yeah.
We have to vote or?
So everyone's in favor?
So yes, those in favor of.
Aye.
All
Aye.
Okay, excellent. So we have now dealt with ARPA grants. The others, those are just all sitting there. There's unfortunately nothing new on any of them, except the grant committee. Because first, nobody expressed interest, absolutely nobody. We reached out to Rich Kogel, Amy Rushlow, Eric, and Liz Appel, and I think Steve Winters was also on the list of people. And the other person that we also reached out to was Connie Royster, because at many meetings, she has offered comments about not having input before the grants were applied for, but she did not reply that she was interested. So that's just where we are. And when Leslie's back, we'll start doing something probably parallel to the budget process on that. The Amity budget process has started. There's nothing else to tell you other than that, of course, there was a large surplus. It's not, the audit is not completed yet, but when it is, the funds will be transferred. And once again, the surplus will be used to reduce how much of this year's appropriation we have to pay. And yes, and that would then mean for us that we would not have to appropriate the entire request for their budget. The other thing is that I think I shared with you last month that because once again, the Woodbridge census increased and Orange's went down again. Ours went up too, but it wasn't enough to impact things. So we're unlikely to see an actual reduction because they have the superintendent's request is not done yet, so they haven't cut things. But the departmental requests, as usual, added up to an extremely large increase. But that we again will have less of an increase. Looking at the census numbers next year, next year's census, we will have a much larger increase because our sixth grade is larger and we'll be moving into the Amity system. That's, I think, the only thing I had to report. Paula?
Actually, with a follow-up with Amity, they had a leadership vote for their board last night. Got a call today, and Paul Davis remains the chair, but I think they have a new vice chair.
Okay.
So that's new on that piece. Leslie and I did attend the CCM convention last week. Very well attended as always, and they have over 100, I think, vendors. So we were visiting different vendors, and kind of networking with people. And then there were a variety of workshops, which are always informative. So that was that piece. And then there, of course, a lot of activities and things going on around town with tree lightings and holiday fairs. And we will be having the menorah lighting here on Sunday, the 29th.
Mhm.
For anyone who is interested in attending, that. Hard to believe how quickly this calendar year has flown right by. I feel like we were just scheduling budget workshops a couple of months ago, and here we are again. So, a lot of my items that I have on the, selectmen's agenda are still kind of on hold with things. It's like, just waiting for other people to do their end of the process, in order for us to bring closure to things. So hopefully after the first of the year, we've seen that light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully we'll be coming into the home stretch. A few things. So,
Okay.
I just want to wish everyone a very happy holiday and a very happy new year. And a healthy and happy new year. And for those of you before, I know Sally and Katie, right before the meeting, Linda Bates, our tax collector's father, just passed away earlier tonight. So just, as an FYI to you, if you see her. So he had been very ill, and, so I just wanted to make you aware of that. I'm set.
Okay, thank you. In terms of the control and sustainability issues, this has to wait. Jen was just back today or yesterday?
Monday, she came back yesterday. She's working just a few hours a day
Yeah.
right now.
Right, and Leslie is away, so we need to have both of them on deck for most of this. For your information, actually, I think you are aware of this, but just in case you aren't, for item C, the potential funding for the management review consultant as recommended by the town attorney is on hold with the Board of Selectmen. I don't know what that means, but, okay, then I think that we are finished for tonight, and it is 5:08. Our next meeting is January 14th. That is before all of our budget meetings that we've scheduled. That meeting will be at 7 o'clock. We've gone back to the 7 o'clock time for next year. Okay, so could I have, well, is there anything else that anyone wants to put on our agenda? We didn't really.
I have a quick question.
Okay, is
I have
something you want on the agenda or just
No,
something that should be after the meeting's closed?
we can do it after the meeting's closed.
Okay, well, if it was a business item, we would put it on the agenda.
Well, I'm not sure it's a business item. I'm really not sure.
Okay. All right. Go.
I wanted to ask about the ARPA, no, it may not be ARPA, the grant for the gym for, we were waiting for some audio visual equipment, but we needed to get reimbursed. And I was wondering if we got any reimbursements yet, so we can move forward on that.
Nope.
That's one of the things we are waiting for.
No.
Yes, we're, waiting for the state.
Don has had people in here, they've done, I guess they have specs ready to do the RP, but there's nothing they can do until the money shows up. So I think there's like 13,000 unexpended out of the 250 that was authorized. Okay, anything else? Okay, then could I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Lars?
Second.
Lars seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Okay, can I ask my question now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just curious why, and I have no problem either way, but why do we have like a menorah at the town hall, but we don't have any Christmas, like a tree or anything?
Oh, because
I'm not sure why the light.
No problem.
The live stream is playing over you. I think that originally, the,
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
That's large, that's pretty in New England. We're trying to verify that.
the one at the Episcopal Church?
No, at the homestead.
Oh, at the homestead, okay.
Russell Homestead. We're trying to confirm that.
In New